Hello all. In this lecture, we will discuss about system context diagrams. Let's get started with the features of the system context diagram. System context diagram provides the highest level view or the overall view of the entire system, and they are normally used to specify the details of a system design. And these diagrams will be useful in system designing by mentioning the entities present in the systems and the interactions among the entities in the context of the entire system. These diagrams gives a convenient representation for the system modeling and designing. System context diagrams is similar like a block diagram and normally shows a software based system in a holistic fashion with all the inputs and outputs among the entities present in the system. System context diagrams are related to the data flow diagrams and they are helpful in understanding the context of the system. System context diagrams are typically drawn using the labeled boxes to represent the entities present in the systems, and more labeled boxes will be used to represent more entities and the external entities to represent the overall system. The relationships between the entities will be shown using the lines. So the main system in the system context diagram will be kept in the center place, and all the other interacting systems and the environments and activities surrounding the center systems will be kept around the center systems. The relationships are labeled with the subject verb object format. In the sense, similar like English grammar, system context diagrams will be as expressive and as intuitive in representing the relationships between the entities. System context diagrams can also use many other drawing patterns such as ovals, figures, any external figures, cliparts, for to convey the meaning of the entities. Unified Modeling Language or UML is a standard formal visual specification language for the object modeling, and this language will be frequently used for drawing the system context diagram. UML is a general purpose modeling language that includes a graphical notation used to create an abstract model of a system. So UML defines several standard representations for architecture elaboration. So for instance, to name a few, we can have use case diagrams, collaboration diagrams, class diagrams, sequence diagrams, component diagrams, deployment diagrams to represent the system. So with the help of UML, these several types of diagrams can be drawn to adequately represent the behavior of your system. A system context diagram follows the use case diagram. So we need to understand more about use case diagrams. Let's get into what is use case diagrams. Use case diagrams are used to identify the primary elements and processes present inside the system. The primary elements are called as actors, whereas the processes are called as use cases. The use case diagram shows which actor interact with which use case, or in a particular use case, what are all the actors present in the systems and how they are interacting with the system entities. It will be represented with the help of the use case diagrams. So hence the use case diagrams gives a graphical overview of the functionalities provided by a system in terms of the actors and their goals. Here the goals will be depicted using the use case diagrams, and the dependencies between those use cases can also be well represented. When we adopt a process view of system management, use case diagrams becomes very important tool in explaining the workflow of business processes and activities associated with IT infrastructure management. So in this system context diagram, business system context diagrams is given in this picture. Business system context diagram is also a type of system context diagram which is used to identify the business system, which involves a set of business processes. In this diagram, these business processes fall into four categories: self service, collaboration, information aggregation, and extended enterprises. So, this figure is an example of a business system context diagram. So, we explain this. So, let's continue with the business system context diagrams. These type of diagrams can be used as a starting point on which more detailed elaboration for the business system can be extended or can be further built. For example, in a business environment, for example, an e-commerce portal can be considered as an extended enterprise process. Customer account management application can also be considered as a self-service process. Also, for example, email system can be considered as a collaboration process, and market support applications can also be considered as an information aggregation process. In this sense, any project can be seen in terms of the processes and the context in terms of the business. So, through the system context diagram, we can adequately express the business processes and the context that is happening in the business functionalities. The business system model comprises of two roles, one for customers and the another one for customer relationships persons. So in this presentation, we have discussed about what is system context diagram and what are all the notable aspects of the system context diagram. And we have also discussed about system context diagram follows the similar structure of use case diagrams. Then we had introduced you the what is use case diagram, and for example, what is business system context diagram we had also discussed. Then how the business system context diagrams are helpful in system context diagram designing. All these things we have discussed. Thank you.